Super Slow Wave project is a celebration of the Leeds and Liverpool Canal, and the Rhapsody for the Leeds and Liverpool Canal is celebrating the 200 years since the canal was joined together here in Blackburn. This amazing canal that links Leeds to Liverpool, links the beautiful countryside to the great urban centres, and it's about recognising how the canal has always been a great enabler, a great catalyst, and how now it's an opportunity for inspiration and engagement with all the towns, the communities along this length of Pennine Lancashire, inspiring them to do great art.
I was introduced to Ian Stevens, the composer, who was used to bringing lots of diverse musical forms and voices together because we wanted to get as many Blackburn people on the stage at once together and to have their real representative force of Blackburn.
There are songs that sound really like boat songs or somewhat like folk songs from the region. And then there's other music that's quite watery or other music that's quite frozen. It's very, very evocative music that Ian Stevens has written.
I invented the word super slow way because I was asked to write something that would fit on a lock gate. Then they rang up and said, do you fancy writing something with music in it that's got that phrase super slow way for the 200th anniversary of the canal? I said, yes, I do, because I love working with musicians, because it makes me think harder.
Hard to describe a time of decline, the 20th century.
History's pages turned and the water swelled muddy.
Less traffic was carried, and when you don't exercise, your muscles grow weaker.
I've had the great job of deciding what musicians we use and bringing them all together, and we've thought a lot about how we wanted to tell the story. So we found the Blackburn People's Choir, thought they were a great choir. They've got a great conductor, Jeff Borrodale.
Oh, it's wonderful because obviously I love the brass band. I love listening to Amanda Roocroft as well. We sort of heard her warming up in the back when we were coming on. It's like,
I was able to bring three musicians that I hold in the highest regard to be the soloists, which is Amanda Roocroft, who's one of the greatest sopranos that we've produced in the United Kingdom really in the last 20, 30 years. Jonathan Aasgaard is the principal cellist at the Liverpool Philharmonic Orchestra, so there's the Liverpool connection. And Kuljit Bhamra is probably more responsible for anyone really for developing the Bhangra genre in British music. And then of course we've got this fantastic children's choir that have been brought together by the music departments at the cathedral really with Jill Forry, and they've been fantastic as well, so we've got 80 kids.
We've been learning songs, and they were all about the canals. When I was on the bus I was feeling nervous. When I started singing and practicing I felt like I could do it. My mum and my little sister are coming today to watch me. Today will be the best day ever.
It's a real privilege because I played with the Brighouse and Rhapsody band, so that was great to involve them.
It feels pretty special because of what it means to so many people, I think. The music's amazing and it's been really fun to work on.
We've formed a chamber choir with singers mainly from the Royal Northern but from other choirs around the Northwest. Lisa is an actor who I've seen a couple of times in Liverpool, and she's got that really great Liverpool accent, just a very authentic voice to tell that part of the story.
The canal is a statement, spoken in the language of money. The full stop of coins in a tottering pile in a well-lit room.
And Farmine, who basically had been involved in some super slow wave projects, I heard her just talk about some of the work she'd been doing, in May when Super Slow Way are presenting their events for the year, and I just thought she'd be a great person to get involved.
And he said, well, will you do some narration? And I was obviously honoured.
And she just stood up on stage like she'd done it all her life in front of hundreds of people and really held her own.
No doubt at all, people will have stormed out of rooms and doors will have slammed shut.
And it's little stories like that that I think have made this piece so wonderful.
I really liked the people who was narrating it with the Lancashire accents. Now I think that's a really good like a really good thing, because you're feeling like you're at home.
There was a beautiful bit where the cello and the tabla were playing against each other. That was gorgeous.
My favourite was this man that plays drums, that remind me of Afghanistan. That's why I was born.
What's interesting with Ian is that he said, right, I want big forces for this. I want a big choir, brass band, because brass band just makes your heart sing anyway when you hear it. But also he said, I want it to go down then to just solo bits. And that's what I like about it, the contrast. So at times you can be blasted by a brass band and a choir, then suddenly it all shrinks down to a bit of tabla. To me, that's about what canals are, because suddenly on the canal you can be working hard, you can be really hard, there's all sorts of things happening, then you're travelling very gently through a peaceful landscape.
I like the mixes of voices, from the very trained to the kids' voices together. It sounded wonderful.
I've never been involved in anything like this before, you know, something as big as this, and that too in my hometown. So yeah, I'm just elated. The Super Slow Way anthem.
I'm blown away by how good it was. Ian's words were fantastic, I knew they would be, but to hear the other Ian's music put to it and to see the performers bring it to life so vibrantly, so much energy, was just amazing. A really, really wonderful performance.
As a statement of how important art is in the community, what they've done with Ian and Super Slow Way and Ian Stevens, it's really remarkable to get this many people together for a work of this scale.
Brilliant and actually quite moving to see this coming together of world-class artists and local people and performing about this extraordinarily historic waterway. And so I'm just absolutely thrilled by it.
The concept was really good. I loved it. I really loved it. Even my mum loved it as well.
There were so many things tied together. It was completely immersive. I felt a bit shell-shocked when it finished, but in a good way.
It's an epic production, I think has really blown everybody away in its professionalism, in its ambition, its passion, the huge, glorious sounds and the way it captures the whole history of the canal.